I am Amirtahà Taebi. I'm an assistant professor of biomedical engineering here at MSU. I joined MSU in 2021. The focus of our research is on developing non-invasive methods, techniques, and systems for cardiovascular monitoring. Our focus is on developing methods that, utilizing them, we can detect the diseases early on after their onset. For example, we have a project working on critical congenital heart diseases. The goal is to detect these diseases early on after birth, before hospital discharge. So the methods that we develop for cardiovascular monitoring, they are based on non-invasively measuring cardiovascular induced vibrations on the chest. Traditionally, you can place a sensor on your chest and measure those vibrations. Or if you place your hand on your chest, you can feel those vibrations. But our goal is to record those vibrations and then analyze them using signal processing methods or machine learning methods in order to classify them into healthy groups or different types of diseases. One of the methods that we've recently started to work on is extracting these vibrations from videos. So let's say you have a smartphone and then you record a video of your chest, and then there is an application or anything else on your phone that analyze those videos and give you metrics relevant to your cardiovascular health. It will help with accessibility of cardiovascular monitoring methods. It is low cost because these days many of us, we have a smartphone in our pocket. You just take out your phone and you convert it into a cardiovascular monitor. So potentially in every home in this country, there is at least one smartphone. So there is at least one cardiovascular monitor, hopefully in near future. Here is our human subject study setup. I mentioned that we usually record cardiovascular chest vibrations. This is, for example, a triaxial accelerometer. In some studies, we attach these accelerometers to the chest surface, and it can measure vibrations in 3 different directions: perpendicular to the chest, this direction, right to left, and head to foot. After recording those vibrations, we analyze them in order to detect the patterns in those vibrations. Sometimes those patterns show up easier if the subject conducts a treadmill test. So subjects go there, run on a treadmill, go back, lay down on the bed, and then we record their chest vibrations. Also, one other project that we have in our lab, for example, the cost of this sensor is somewhere around, let's say, $1,200. But in addition to the sensor, we need some additional setups such as a data acquisition system, some wires and different things. Maybe the total cost goes up to $2,000, $3,000. I don't pay $3,000 to have the cardiovascular monitor at home. So a group of students in my lab, mainly undergraduate students, right now they are working on developing a low-cost and compact sensing system that monitors different aspects of cardiovascular activity. They made their first prototype of the device, but as you can see, this one is a little bit bulky. There are some wires involved here. Now they are working on the next version of that device, which will be the size of this case here. The cost of such a system is not $3,000 or $1,000, it's almost around $50. I'm originally from Iran. For my bachelor's, I moved to Tehran to Sharif University of Technology. I studied mechanical engineering there. Towards the end of my bachelor's degree, I started to work in a laboratory that was developing different tools for surgeons. So for my bachelor's project, I worked on developing and designing multi-functional laparoscopic surgical instrument. That was the beginning of my story, becoming interested in biomedical engineering. Then after that, I decided to get my master's in biomedical engineering. I moved to Politecnico di Milano in Milan, Italy. After that, I needed to answer this question whether I want to get a PhD or not. And if I wanted to get a PhD, one of the reasons for getting a PhD was to become a faculty member. So I went back to Iran and I started to teach in 2 universities as a part-time faculty member. During that time, I got very good feedback from my students, and then I had also the same feeling. I really enjoyed teaching new things to my students. I got to this point that yes, this is the right path for me. So I want to be a teacher, I want to be a researcher. I applied for PhD programs. I selected University of Central Florida in Orlando. Then I moved to the University of California, Davis. And then I moved to Mississippi, proudly.